Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're tearing down all those mystical, floating in the clouds ideas you usually hear about success, and we're replacing them with a concrete, actionable blueprint. We're going to decode the true mechanics of visualization. You hear the word visualization tossed around everywhere, but so rarely is it actually broken down into a structured step-by-step process that you can literally use. Well, today, we're taking this abstract concept and transforming it into a mechanical, deliberate action based on some absolutely incredible insights from our source material. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, I want you to pause for a second and really think about this. What does your ultimate dream actually look like? And I mean, not what your friends want for you, not what looks cool on social media, but your actual, deeply personal dream. Just hold that thought in your mind for a second. Forcing that active mental participation, that is the absolute prerequisite for everything we're about to cover. Because think about it, if you don't know the destination, you can't build the vehicle, right?
Here is our agenda for today. First, the 50% rule. Second, the ultra-successful image. Third, curing the distraction disease. And finally, designing your roadmap.
Section 1, the 50% rule. So this is really where we separate the dreamers from the doers. Our source material points out that having just a normal thought about what you want to achieve is totally fleeting. Millions of people have these thoughts every single day, right? Maybe in the shower or during their morning commute. But the exact moment you pull that concept out of the ether, really dwell on it, and physically write it down, you completely change the game. You're literally forcing that idea into the physical world.
And the math behind this action is just incredible. According to the insights we're looking at, the simple, deliberate act of writing down your goal and visualizing it actually completes 50% of the battle. Yeah, half of your work is literally done the moment you successfully define and document your target. The remaining 50%? Well, that's the hard work, the daily grind, the real effort. But you can't properly apply that effort if that first half of the equation is missing.
To really anchor this in reality, the source shares this deeply relatable story about a student named Prashant. During a supercritical exam period, he didn't just sit there and study. He used a beloved diary. Every single night before going to sleep, he'd write down his exact goals for the next day, the specific marks he needed, and most importantly, his feelings. He would literally pour his emotions onto the page, repeating to himself, I have to do this. I have to achieve this. This daily, nighttime ritual of writing and visualizing wasn't just some cute little habit. It anchored his focus and gave him immense practical help in cracking those exams.
Section 2, the ultra-successful image. Okay, so we've written the goal down, but now we need to elevate that text into a vivid, incredibly powerful mental picture. This crucial point is captured perfectly in some game-changing advice that an entrepreneur named Raj got from his business coach. The advice was super simple. Every night before you go to bed, visualize an image that you are ultra-successful and have everything you want. Notice the timing there, right before bed. That is when your subconscious is the most receptive. You aren't just thinking about success. You are marinating in the feeling of having already achieved it.
But let's be real, what does ultra-successful actually mean? Well, success looks radically different for everyone. For some people, it's standing in the middle of a massive stadium with hundreds of thousands of people cheering for you as you teach or perform. For others, it's flying around in private jets and owning massive mansions. Or maybe it's having such incredible wealth that your words can literally move the stock market. But, and this is equally valid by the way, your ultimate image might just be sitting down for a peaceful dinner with your family and 4 close friends, just laughing without a single financial worry in the world. Whatever it is, you have to find your exact detailed image and lock onto it.
Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds a little like manifestation magic for crystal healers. But actually, as our source highlights, there is real biological science backing this up. It's a 3-step biological process. Step 1 is brain processing. When you repeatedly visualize that vivid image of success, you are quite literally rewiring your neural pathways. Step 2, altered physiology. That mental shift actually bleeds into your physical state. You wake up feeling different, your posture changes, your energy levels align with that vision. And finally, step 3, new actions. Because your brain and body are totally primed, you start taking new specific actions. You'll unknowingly make decisions and catch ideas that move you closer to that exact vision. So it's really not magic, it's mechanics. Section 3, curing the distraction disease. We live in an era where we are constantly bombarded by shiny object syndrome, aren't we? You open up your phone and boom, you see these fleeting daily temptations. You see someone like Prashant making an impact and you think, oh man, I should become a teacher. Then you scroll down, see someone like Raj, and think, wait, no, I should start a podcast. That's where the real money is. Scroll again. No, look at this guy. I should become a day trader. Social media tricks us into thinking everything is super easy, creating this illusion of endless, equal opportunities. And honestly, it ultimately paralyzes us. So what's the cure? Clarity. A distracted mind pursues thousands of paths simultaneously, which pretty much guarantees you're going to achieve absolutely none of them. You literally can't walk down 10 roads at once. But when you do that nightly visualization exercise, when you hold that ideal image firmly in your head, it acts as a laser-sharp filter. Suddenly, when you're presented with 100 different options the very next day, you can immediately discard 99 of them because they simply do not align with that one ultra-successful image you visualized the night before. Visualization actually gives you the superpower of elimination.
Let's wrap this up with Section 4, Designing Your Roadmap.
So you have the written goal, you have the vivid image, and you've successfully filtered out the distractions. But listen, just having the goal isn't enough. You have to relentlessly design the literal route to get there. As the source material emphatically states, you must find the exact path. And if you don't know it, search for it. In today's world, the information is literally at our fingertips. There is zero excuse for not mapping out the terrain between where you are standing right now and where your ideal image lives.
Let's look at a highly specific example provided in our source to really see how this deconstruction works. Let's say your 1-year goal is achieving 1 million YouTube subscribers. That's a massive, super intimidating step 1, right? So you break it down. Step 2, how do you get there? Well, by consistently uploading high-quality content. Okay, sure, but how do you get people to actually click on that content? That brings us all the way down to step 3. You have to learn thumbnail design. Even if you have absolutely zero design knowledge today, you can start by just learning how to make one single thumbnail. Do you see what happened here? We took this giant, abstract dream of 1 million subscribers and reverse engineered it all the way down to a basic, actionable task that you can go execute this afternoon.
The mechanics are entirely in your hands now. So I'm going to leave you with this. When you close your eyes tonight, are you just going to have a normal, fleeting thought, or are you going to define your exact image of success? Write it down, map the terrain, and start building. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.